Oh, hey, welcome to the Renel SA after party. My head is still spinning, I guess you could say.
That's one way to say it, yeah.
You know, when you're put up against something, and Renel, if you end up seeing this, I don't know if you're going to come in. I sent him an email with the link for the after party. I don't know if he's going to want to come in here. The term I was looking for when I said, you see, man, you see, so many problems is so many things are going through my head at once that could be potential answers to things that he's making claims of or statements of. And I'm terrible at organizing those thoughts and getting them spit out. Sometimes I have to practice what I'm going to say to people. And that really makes people give me, a second look. They're like, who's he talking to? Kind of thing, right? So, but yeah, there's so many things that were brought up that just sound like one of the terms I should have used and I didn't was deepity. They sound very deep, but they really are meaningless. Like things having to have, when one thing, ends and then something begins. Well, in order for that to begin, it had to have, something had to end. It's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And then there's a lot of things that he mentioned like that. They have no utility. They're meaningless. They're unambiguous, basically. So, like, there are certain laws that we know of that you can't break in this universe, or cosmos, whatever. Because cosmos is the term they use for anything that could be outside of our known universe as well, but they don't really go into too much about that. Thing is, fuck off with all these stupid. I should have turned off my notifications, but my sidebar is just going all over the place right now. Agency. He was trying to give everything agency, and it's like awareness at the beginning. Awareness, and Eric, I got to say, you mentioned before about the beginning of the universe and all that. Let the folks in the audience know what you were saying there.
Yeah, sure. So kind of one of the gotchas he thought he had on us, or you and Mikey, he claimed that every start is the ending of something else. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, you can if you look at it that way, like, okay, like you put a record on a record player and you start it, that's the record not playing ending and the record playing starting. So in a way you can look at that and go, yeah, every start is the ending of something else. But there's one exception to that rule, and that's the start of our universe. If you go to time equals 0, t equals 0 at the Big Bang, that's when time started. At that point, you can't go another step back and say, oh, something ended, because there's no time. We don't even know if that's even a sensical statement to say before the Big Bang.
Right.
So you have time starting at the Big Bang, but nothing's ending. So there will be the one exception that would break his rule. Whether he agrees with that or not, don't know. But it's like I said, he's doing this tricky language of, well, the start of something is the end of something else, and that's just demonstrably false. If I'm correct on the Big Bang thing. And I'm not a physicist or anything. I'm a computer scientist, so take my word with a grain of salt.
My mom used
Scott,
to work with
I see you in the chat there, and I sent according to what I just typed, I sent a link via your messenger.
Jesus.
So I did send you, like 10 minutes ago I sent the link, dude. Well, close to that.
He just saw it.
Eric, do you know who Dennis Ritchie is?
Dennis Ritchie. Sounds familiar.
He invented the language.
Richie's son?
He invented the language. He invented the language C.
Oh, really?
He's a big name in computer sciences. I thought you might know him. My mom used to work with him.
I know some of the other big. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, if I tell people that my mom worked with him on Twitter, people that are in computer science, they freak out and they're like, "Oh,
nice.
He's a god or something."
Hey, can you guys stop being so polite to each other? I know there's a little bit of internet lag, and you're talking over each other, like unintentionally talking over each other. Can you stop being so nice about it? It's really
I can turn up the asshole American. No, I know some of the names in computer science, like Dijkstra, Pascal. Well, Pascal's a language, but
Tony Hawk.
What?
Tony Hawk.
Dave Mira.
What? I had no idea. You guys have to see this. You guys have to fucking see this.
You don't tell me what I should
Hi,
have
Scott.
to.
Hey, how's it going?
No, you don't have to. All right, close your eyes, Dan, okay?
All right.
This is amazing.
What's that?
4077th on Star Trek, on NCC 10701D. If you look
Nice.
down here, 4077.
Nice.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah,
that's
they
cool.
call them
Yeah,
Easter
I didn't
eggs.
see that.
But I thought that was
Okay.
fucking awesome. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't know you did.
I
that.
never knew that. I didn't know that they had done that.
Neil,
That was
you
a
don't,
messed up episode too.
Neil, you
What?
don't pause.
Mhm.
You don't pause every scene that there's a computer display and read it for cryptic messages. I do that with every show.
Yeah, me too.
It takes hours to watch anything.
We didn't get a break, so I'm going to go have a smoke now.
Ah! What do you mean? You didn't get a break?
Oh,
We
you
didn't get a
definitely
break. We normally take a break. We usually get like 10, 15 minutes to ourselves to
Yeah.
pee, poop, eat, drink, be humans. Okay.
Olivia, we
Humans
sent him an invite. He hasn't joined yet.
Two things. My mini floof, which is the jumping spider that I have as a pet.
Just mini flu.
Oh, he is. He's fluffy. Oh, he's looking at me
You
now.
need to send us this.
He
new,
really,
show us the
really,
new
really
enclosure.
likes his new enclosure. And he
Always
loves
like
hanging out on the light, I guess, because there's warmth from the light.
Sure.
Mhm.
And he's right now he's hanging on top of he's hanging on the light on the underside of the light, watching me.
Yeah.
I
He
always
came out
feel like
earlier.
somebody's
I had him
watching
fucking
me.
around earlier. I always feel like
Feel like
somebody's watching me.
One bonus star for anyone who can name me who sings that song.
Oh God,
I know.
I know. I just can't think of it.
Well, the part I just
Oh,
sang,
okay.
everybody knows who that is.
Oh,
The
man.
song, not the hook.
Right.
Without Googling.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I guess I didn't say don't cheat, so whatever.
Yeah, right. You're not allowed to cheat.
Michael Jackson joined in on that song. Yeah.
Yeah,
was
that's
him.
the part that I sang.
And who?
But the actual other
sang-
part is by
Well, fucking win, Mike. Don't just let the fucking score run up. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I
no.
can't
I'm gonna leave this one.
Oh Lord, here
I
we
grew up in that
I'm not-
era.
I'm
So
not going to
just
look
say
it
it. We can keep this conversation going. Answer. Go. Tell me. What is it? Go.
I
Say
up.
it.
You already hit the buzzer, Mike. It's your answer to give.
Yes, answer.
Now you're making me Google it to make sure I'm not wrong.
Oh,
No,
give
no,
your
you don't
answer.
get to Google it to make sure you're not wrong.
no, you give us
Give
that
your
answer.
Rockwell. It's Rockwell.
Oh, he's reading. He's clearly, Your Honor, objection. He's reading
He's right,
from
though. I
his
was going to
Google.
give you a hint. I was going
I
to
could have
say
looked it up.
between a rock and a hard well.
And a well.
What the fuck? In a well place.
Rock salt.
And a well
Rock
place.
salt.
Yeah.
What?
Mhm.
That's his. Imagine how cool it is that Michael Jackson is your cousin, and that because he's your cousin, you get to make one of the creepiest fucking music videos in the history of Earth.
It needs
is-
multitasking.
It's
I'm on my
fucking.
iPhone for this. I'm on my iPad watching Stacey's show.
It is
Where the fuck
fucking.
did that guy
baz-
come from?
It is-
Mom.
It is fucking bizarre. Go back and watch Rockwell's "Somebody Watching Me" video. It makes
Okay.
none sense. It is
Oh, yeah,
the
totally.
most buck wild thing.
Dave. There's no U in the band name.
The Mimimus,
It's all I's. It's Liminus.
Limonous,
Lemons.
Yeah, did
Limonous.
you notice the comment during the show that said it's right about now that Neil's rethinking the vetting process for his guests? I fucking know. I'm
No,
busting
I had no
my-
problem with him as a person, but some of his ideas that are true,
according to
and that's a
him.
fact.
Yeah.
According to
because he
him.
knows.
Asserting that something is a
According
fact
to
doesn't
him.
automatically make it a fact.
No, he has special knowledge that it's true, though. That's the way he was putting it. He has special
Right.
knowledge.
Yeah,
He
essentially.
knows. Nobody else does.
Essentially.
He knows.
Be
Mhm.
rude on the internet and prove me wrong, or else I'm
Mm.
right.
And
He
then
was
when you
so
showed him that
weird.
video of him, what he
was so
said,
weirdly
he
close.
still didn't believe it.
But I made that up too,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I was thinking during that interview. So Neil and Mike, you guys have done hundreds of these now, right? Was that the most awkward one ever, or were there worse ones than that?
Probably Ollie Man was the most awkward.
Fuck you,
Ollie Man.
I remember laughing and giggling a lot.
Ollie and his goddamn hot knives are awkward as shit.
He was just hot knifing the whole time, just flames and clouds of smoke.
Here, let me get the torch.
I don't like, honestly, I would much rather it be that than people saying about like SA and hard R words and stuff like that. Like those are like, you feel terrible, and like you just like your empathy card is just like overclocking right now. You know what I mean? You just feel so bad, and there's like there's so much
nothing you could have done.
There's so much nothing you can do about it, and you just feel the weight of all that nothing, and it's just it just sucks, because it's like the story needs to be told, and it's like, damn, I wish the story didn't exist. And how do you tell somebody, I wish your story never happened? I wish none of this shit. I wish you had the most boring life as opposed to what happened to you. So, yeah, if people want to get spicy and stuff like that, that's fine.
I'm wondering how deep in the pain he was as a witness. I mean, is there different levels of how?
He said he was preaching.
You were a witness, Eric. Is there different levels to how deep into it you can get, or is everybody
Trojan horse?
It's not like Scientology where you can get like deeper into it. Like there's no like secret levels. I mean, if you get up into like,
I'm a Catholic. There are some Catholics who only go Christmas and Easter, and there are some who go 3 times a week. I was a 3 times a weeker. I went to a Catholic school.
Yeah. So I missed. I came in about halfway through the video, so I missed any of the actual interview part. And I only got into the debate part. Yeah. So if he shows up, I like to question him a little, not question him, but I like to, ask him a few questions about his background.
Cross-examine him. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see, like how his experience relates to mine, because you mentioned before we went live that he's only out for a couple months now. Like he was actually a witness like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
That's I'm curious how he went from witness mentality, assuming he's your typical rank and file witness, to what he just displayed in that video or in that interview. Like that's a huge jump in just a couple months. And
the way he said it, from what I remember, the way he said it was, I made the decision to be an atheist.
The decision?
Right? Yes, that's what he said. I made the decision to be an atheist. And it's like, I've been ranting about it in the chat the whole time. There's no decision making in this. You're convinced of something or you're not convinced.
That's what I kept saying.
Right? He said, I made the decision.
And he agreed. He's he's full of shit.
No, you're right.
That's what I said. I am not convinced that he is an atheist.
Ollie only forgets most things, not all things.
If something giant jumps out at me, it sticks in my head like a pin.
Like what's pull it out? It's like wet spaghetti. It's like wet spaghetti. When it's done, that bad boy's not coming down till you take it down. All right.
There is a limit,
it will not fall on its own.
Fuck, I was going to say something. That statement I
clarified if he comes in. Like, what did you mean by that? Perhaps he just misspoke. That's
not
what he meant.
I still do that nowadays too. I'll say I chose to make this decision or something like that, but no, like Ollie is absolutely correct. I mean, decisions or even your beliefs, rather, they go back and forth involuntarily, depending on what information you have and what's your methodology. So it's like that's an involuntary process. But I still catch myself saying things like that accidentally. It's just a colloquialism that just comes out every once in a while.
You can decide things too. Like I've got options. I could take the bike to work or I could take a bus to work. I'm going to decide to take a bus.
That's not a belief, though.
Yeah,
I believe I could take a bike or a bus.
Yeah. Okay. But you haven't done either yet.
Yeah, but now I'm sounding like him. Well, you see, there was the position of not knowing whether I was taking a bus and then taking a bus.
Do one, and that's the one you did.
Doesn't mean
You
anything.
made a decision.
Yeah,
but no, I get you. When you're talking about beliefs, you don't choose them. You're convinced.
No, you can't. You just can't.
I think.
And then when people are in religion and they're so used to believing things, they come out of it. Yeah.
Still trying to
need something that's equally as woo-woo, and they cling to shit like that.
I think he needs to process more. He needs to just come out. He's still so fresh from it.
Well,
yeah, I was actually one of the questions I asked in the chat near the end. I was like, it would be nice to rewind the conversation at the very beginning and just ask him, what is your methodology for determining truth from fiction? And it's like, because when I got out of the witnesses, when I got out of the witnesses, I had no methodology, like, at all. And it's like my methodology was this feels right, or this loosely follows some of the facts I know of reality. But it's like, if you don't have a sophisticated methodology, you're not going to be able to make intelligent assertions of the data.
Reasoned choices, anyways, or reasoned.
You're only going to get so far. And he's immediately jumping to, I know truth, capital T, truth.
Yeah.
And you ask him, how do you know that? Well, truth is all the things that are not false. And those are the things I know. Like,
which means nothing. Like, we know that, but so what?
It's like, truth is everything that's not. Yeah. Truth is everything that is not truth. And I know those things. Therefore, I have the truth. Like, it's.
No, you believe that you know them.
If he was a witness, he definitely brought the confidence with him over the deconversion line. But it's like it's a confidence not backed up by any sound methodology or I mean, if he's earnest in his position, which from what I see, I think he is. I think he's being honest. I think he's really stating his true beliefs.
Me too.
I hope he continues the journey and gets better tools and refines his position, because right now he was difficult to follow, and he's got some way wacky out there ideas. Yeah, I spotted at least 2 fallacies when I started watching, and a bunch of other issues. Like, there's issues there.
I was watching your Cirrus interview from years ago, Neil. I just watched that today, Cirrus. And
Cirrus?
Cirrus. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how his deconversion wandered through the movie from YouTube, Zeitgeist. And I couldn't remember if I told you and Mikey that, but mine did too at the very beginning.
You mentioned it.
Yeah, you did.
But it was quick. And it's only in retrospect that I look back and go that movie inspired me at all. I'm not proud of. And
another thing that I'm not sure if it was included in the Zeitgeist stuff, but that what was his name? The whole Horus is Jesus, same sort of.
Yeah. Well, 1/3 of the movie was
Horus is actually closer to the character of Moses than he is Jesus. Because Horus also was in a wicker basket and floated up the Nile in his legend, just like Moses was.
Right.
So and fished out by some Pharaoh princess or whatever the fuck. So
that old song and dance.
Yeah. But the reason I bring that up though wasn't
happened to me.
Wasn't to re-mention the movie. I also wanted to point out though that was within my first month of what I would call thinking I was becoming an atheist. So again, if that guy's only a month out, at least he didn't start getting into some wacky conspiracy shit like I did on YouTube.
Atwell, that's the guy's name. Atwell, I think, was the guy's name that did that whole Horus thing. And people saying the Mithras and all these virgin births and different deities. Yes, there are some deities that had virgin births, but a majority of them didn't.
I did.
Did you? That's like that fucking thing I saw. Some girl, I guess, was saying, "Oh, my kids, I'm going to teach my kids all about virginity because I'm going to let them know that I'm still a virgin." And like, I'm sorry, what?
You're going to tell your
kids?
I'm sorry. Who'd you say you were saying that to? What? That's what the fuck I thought you said. Sit your dumb ass down somewhere. You don't get to talk anymore. You're done. Go sit down.
You guys remember that video of the girl or whatever that was saying that she couldn't understand English people because they speak the wrong English or something. I speak American and they speak English. It's like,
you ever watch Faulty Towers? It's a John Cleese. What he's talking to his waiter, and he's his waiter speaks really good Spanish, but John Cleese thinks he speaks good Spanish. John Cleese thinks he speaks good Spanish, but his waiter actually speaks actual Spanish. Yeah. And I think sometime in the show when they're having a disagreement over language, he's like, "Well, I speak classical Spanish." Like, okay.
I speak classical English.
Classical.
I speak Canadian, man.
That's right, man. What's going on, eh? What's it all about?
Hey there, bud.
You guys
go to
do
Timbits,
say
get some
boot. I don't care what you
Timbits.
say.
Get double and some Timbits.
Yeah.
We'll ride our mooses and our weapons grade pigeons.
Neil, everyone knows it's pronounced Mises.
No.
Mises.
No, what?
No.
We don't ride mice to work. Mises.
Yeah.
If you have more than one moose, it's Mises.
Moose and moose
No.
is moose.
Moosin.
Don't you remember?
Moosin.
No, there's a diagram. There's a diagram for this.
Moose
Pretty
eye.
sure moose is both singular.
Yeah, how do I?
and plural, isn't it?
I gotta conjugate moose.
Yeah, there's a geese diagram for this.
Moosin.
diagram.
Moosin.
Moosin.
Oxen. Moosin.
See,
That's what I'm
Maybe.
saying.
moose.
I don't think so.
That's what I'm
I
talking about.
don't think so.
I think moose is both singular and plural. I'm not sure, but
Like
Makes
fishes and
Yeah.
deers.
Fish.
like fish. Like fish. Exactly.
I
Like
think I'm on some kind of a
there's my
delay.
fish. I
No.
caught fish.
No.
Walleye.
Bunch
Ollie,
of
come
fish.
on. Come on.
I'm gonna go out
It's
and
not
come back
fish.
in. See here.
Remember, it's fish.
Oh,
Fish. What?
Right?
Fish.
Like foot and feet, fish and fish.
What? What? You're a crazy man.
You're just figuring this out now?
Okay.
a little late, Ollie.
Yep. Brain hurts.
It's that Scott guy. Don't let him in.
Yeah, I still haven't recovered from that. From
They're just
the
talking
earlier
so
stuff.
bad about you, Scott. I defended you.
I think I got to do more hot knives, guys, because my brain still hasn't recovered yet.
Oh.
I know what'll help.
Well, I'm going for a smoke because I just twisted one up. So
There you go.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Did you bring enough
What
for
do
the class, Neil?
I did.
yeah,
Come on over.
come on over, class.
Yeah, if the class is in my living room.
No,
I'll get a
okay.
taste.
Yeah, come on over. I'll share. Ain't paying your goddamn bus ticket though.
Fuck no. Get your own train, buddy.
Get your own Air Force One. So yeah,
Get first one. That was all right. I like that.
I wonder if
I
if I
think
turn
I
off
gotta-
the light, is he gonna not want to hang out on the light anymore? He's still
No, it'll
staring
be
at
warm
me.
for a while. He'll stay there for a while, probably. Right?
Yeah,
And he's
got the
lit
heat
What
on
kind of
on,
light
too.
is it? Is it an LED or is it like?
Yeah,
some
it's like a
sort of-
little LED one.
Well, they cool off pretty quick, so you'll be probably knowing a bit.
It's not super hot; it's just warmish.
Yeah.
Right? These LEDs don't produce a lot of heat.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's the heat, man. Hide the drugs.
Where's Bree when you need her to come in and answer questions about spiders?
We should have a Bree hotline.
I know a lot about
Right.
spiders too.
Yeah, but we know an expert, so tap the expert on the shoulder.
And when in doubt,
You just
Tap
don't want
it
to
out.
say.
Bree and Bree and myself are not experts.
Okay,
Neither of us has a degree in it, but we are very well knowledged in the topic.
do you need a degree to be an expert?
No,
I don't
you
know.
don't. That's why I just said you to be considered one. I think you would.
I don't think so.
I think
You
if
could
you could
just cite hours
demonstrate
of
your
experience
knowledge,
in the
then someone
field.
could call you an expert,
Yeah.
right? But if you can't,
Mhm.
if you just walk up and say, I'm an expert, but I don't have a degree,
Yeah, I
most
think it's
people are going to say, demonstrate that then.
Yeah, I think it's the context of where the expert's trying to throw his weight around. Like, if you're an academic sense, you call yourself an expert, but you don't have like a degree, you're gonna not get very far.
It's also appeal to authority, right? So.
It depends. Depends on the context of the appeal.
Yeah. I have a lot of knowledge about spiders.
Not happy my pipe is clogged.
I love them, so I learned about them.
Yeah, there's orange peel, lemon peel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always heard that an expert was somebody wearing a suit with a briefcase, and they travel 100 miles or more.
No.
Oh, really? No, I don't think that's it.
That was the case. I was an expert as a Jehovah's Witness.
Is with the new Ant-Man coming out.
There you go.
New Ant-Man.
Who's your least favorite superhero? And I need reasons, and not just because they suck.
Like from the MCU or just superhero in general?
All superhero. Who is your least favorite superhero? We haven't had any superhero talk in a while. Ant-Man's hot in the news.
Homelander?
I have.
No, I don't know.
You don't like Homelander? Like, I like him, but I like him because he's a good villain. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't relate.
I don't think he's a hero. Yeah, he's a villain. He's not a hero.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He's a hero.
Yeah. He thinks so.
I think.
Would any of the members of the Suicide Squad qualify as heroes? I don't think so.
Depends on the day.
This is more like a kind of like. Well, how about this? I'll just go first. My least favorite superhero ever is Superman.
Why?
He has no weaknesses. I can't relate to Superman.
He
can
do.
He
does. But
yeah, for kryptonite for 5 seconds. He's never lost. He always
go after his loved ones, like the Injustice universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's too strong. He doesn't have enough weak points for me. And I like the underdog who fucking fights through everything. He can't be a Kryptonian on Earth who can fucking just jump around flying and shit. Like, that's not fair. If he was on Krypton and getting his ass beat, and then he beat up the dojo of all the other Kryptonians, like, that would be the Superman I can know and love. But the guy over here hanging out with the weak ass Earthlings is just not a good hero to me.
No, what you do is, like I said, the Injustice universe, what you do is you trick him into killing Lois to drive him evil. And then you give all the other superheroes special pills that give them Superman-like toughness.
Yeah.
And then you put them all into a fighting game, and then they just beat each other up. That's what you do. I say that because that actually happened. It's called Injustice, and there's 2 games. The second one's actually really good. I actually really recommend going on YouTube and watching all the Injustice 2 cutscenes. It's actually very well done. It's like a DC movie.
Yeah, the artwork is really pretty.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Pose the question for me again, Mikey.
Who is your least favorite?
Your least favorite. Okay.
Least favorite.
The Wonder Twins.
Hero.
The Wonder.
Oh
Twins.
yeah, they're
the Wonder Twins.
Ridiculous. Idiotic.
Garbage.
The Wonder Twins. Holy fuck.
What was that? Yeah.
What was that one?
Oh God, he's back. Nothing.
What happened?
You besmirched the Wonder Twins. He's upset with you.
You're upset with me because I besmirched the Wonder Twins?
He loves the Wonder
Fuck
Twins.
you!
There they are.
Zane and Jane, is that their names?
Yeah.
Wonder Twin power activate.
They're horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys familiar with Squirrel Girl?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. That's a good qualifier.
She's fucking
bad.
awesome.
Pretty bad.
What's her power? The more of a difference in power levels between her and her opponent, the more she'll win.
Yes.
Is that it?
So she's like the D&D fucking bridge troll. Which
Yeah.
is what's their strength? I don't know. 10 plus yours, whatever you rolled, it was 10 plus.
Yeah.
Whatever check you needed, you tried. It was 10 plus.
Beat Thanos with ease because of that ability.
It's just such a huge gap. It multiplied her powers so much.
Fuck you. Powdered Toast Man is awesome. Cling graciously to my buttocks.
I never thought about him as a superhero.
That's right, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought of more of him. I thought of him more of as a fever dream than a superhero.
Nihilism is not better than determinism.
Nihilism is
I don't really just subscribe to either one, really. I mean, determinism to some degree because of quantum physics points out that
I go for that.
It looks like
that.
Isn't that an apples and oranges thing though? Like those are two different things.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
of course they are. But she's just claiming that nihilist. I'm not a nihilist.
I was almost when I came out of religion. I was close. There was a moment of because I was deep in the paint Catholic. So
I think the best nihilist ever is Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
I suppose.
That doesn't matter.
He wouldn't be.
I agree, Neil.
I think I'm a partial to subscriber to cosmic nihilism. The universe does not give a shit about it.
Yeah.
Oh no, true, but it doesn't. It can't. It has no way to give a shit about it.
Yeah,
it just is what it is.
Well, there's that, and there's also that most of it would kill you. I mean, there is almost a couple spots in the universe that your butt can be.
Yep.
Yeah. You go past our atmosphere, or even getting close to the outside of our atmosphere, you're going to die. So
I'm at 80,000 feet right now.
That just
I'm high, baby.
To me, that's one of the biggest proofs there's no deity out there that created us. Because then why can't we breathe underwater? Why can't we breathe in space? Why can't we go anywhere we want to in this? In this infinite universe. Why can't we go anywhere like that? Like if we're the perfect creation, we should be able to do all of that with ease. But no, nope. The complexity of the eye. Hang on. Say that again.
I think the better question is
the guy wearing glasses.
Breathe. Why do we need to eat?
Say that. Let me read that. It's like, no, we're not perfect creations. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Like
my biggest clincher is your God's a dick if he does exist because he's not stopping clergy from raping or molesting children.
Right. One of my best arguments has always been there's a room and there's a cop outside of it and you. And that
I gotta go.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You said there's a cop in the room? I gotta go.
Wasn't me.
I don't want to be nowhere near this room.
Inside of the room is a person being abused. I don't care, man, woman, child, whatever. But you're standing outside of the room with a cop. And that cop keeps looking at you, telling you, I'm going to get him when he comes out. And you're looking at him, but you can go in. He keeps looking at you saying, no, I'm going to get him when he comes out. Well, you'd say fire that cop, wouldn't you?
Yep.
So I just say fire that fucking cop, God. That's what? You gave free will to a bad guy to hurt somebody else? To what point? To what end?
And defund the police.
Sweet denialist for good reason.
Sweet's got his reasons.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go take a quick break, guys. So
we'll go then, so we can talk about. Have a deep conversations
not regarding you
about Chester Cheeto and his rise to dominance.
Is Chester Cheeto a superhero?
He's got some sort of like abilities because I saw him surf down a skyscraper on cheese that he must have summoned himself. So I don't know if he's like a cheese bender, like Avatar or something. I don't
know. Candy pop, Snickers.
Snickers popcorn
really satisfies.
Oh wow! Why? But why though? They're already both good. Why you gotta put them together?
Mix them together.
Like I like wine and I like mashed potatoes. I don't just pour that shit in there. Going in the same place. Like I don't just do that.
I thought you were gonna say wine and cheese. You said wine.
Oh, that's you know what? That's probably the more obvious, better answer. So yeah, you don't just take wine and cheese and put them together. That sounds crazy. That's why I thought of that reference on my own with no help.
My wife and I recently discovered that jam and cheese go really well together, like artisan jams with like really high quality cheese. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah, delicious.
Also, we need a full report. I expect it on my desk on Monday. You went to Japan.
Yeah.
Was it everything? Was it everything you dreamed it would be?
Yeah, it was. It was pretty awesome. So, man, I think the biggest thing I was impressed with over there was their mass transit system. Like we over here in North America, we are glue eaters compared to them and their mass transit system. Like we have like 50-year-old trains, limited light rails in our cities. A couple of our cities have like, subways. Their entire continent, or not continent, their entire island, including the separate island, Hokkaido up top, is all connected with railway, like high-speed railway.
Wow.
We went everywhere in train, and it was awesome. Like really nicely well-maintained trains. The system was very efficient. There's a whole commercial ecosystem built around their mass transit. Like you have like major stations like Tokyo Station, Shinjuku, Hokkaido, Kyoto. And you have like basically shopping malls built around these stations where you can get your food, your clothing, gifts. It was amazing. No matter where you went, it was just a spectacular display of commerce and good infrastructure,
the promised
respectful
land.
people. It was amazing. Yeah. I walked around. I actually been kind of depressed past few days now that I'm back in the West. I'm like, man, we have no mass transit system. I have a much higher probability of being shot in this country than over there.
Oh,
just various things.
You weren't the prime minister, so you're really good. Like
they're
really good. Yeah,
their ex-prime minister didn't fare so well. That was kind of bizarre.
Ow, got shot. That's so crazy. There.
Yeah.
He was shot by a makeshift gun, right? A guy
it was like an improvised weapon. Like the dude made a musket and shot him with it.
Yeah. Man, that guy
was
determined. Yeah.
He had a plan.
Yeah.
He was not going to be swayed.
Back to that whole determinism. So I mean, that was just always meant to happen. Is that how determinism works? As soon as
determinism is basically just we have a set laws of physics, and when the universe initially expanded and all that energy went out, the matter formed, physics took over. And if you had a computer to calculate all the physics, you could basically tell the future because you know what the matter is going to do. And that goes all the way down to the chemistry in our brains. Mm-hmm. Whether that's the case or not, personally, I lean towards determinism, but I don't claim it to be true. If that is the case, then everything that's ever happened was unavoidable. Everything that is going to happen is unavoidable. It's just set. It's not a very comforting position to take, but it's what I think is the case right now. But I could be convinced otherwise if I presented.
I'd go a step farther.
If I presented evidence,
I'd actually claim it. I don't until somebody could prove that it's not. I think you just have to assume it is based on the science that we know now. But I could be wrong. Maybe I'm taking that a step too far.
Yeah. The way I look at it is that our brains are subject to the physical laws just like anything else is. There's nothing special in our brains that pulls us outside of those laws. So, and that comes down to even the neurons firing in our brain. So we are capable of making decisions. Like I decided to hop on this after party and hang out with you guys. The question is, could I have decided otherwise under identical circumstances? If we could rewind time back to the point where I decided, could I have decided otherwise? And I see no reason to believe that I could have, because the conditions around me, my brain state, everything, the jet lag I'm experiencing, my hunger level, everything. Yeah. That particular state of matter led to me jumping on the stream. And there's no way that it would have not led me to jump on the stream. It's kind of a mind bender. I not get too much down a rabbit hole. I also look at it this way. Like, this is kind of how I first kind of realized that determinism might be true a long time ago. If you take let's say you have the ability to make 2 isolated rooms, and you can make these rooms identical down to the arrangement of matter and all the physical forces. You have 2 100% identical rooms down to the quantum level. And you put a mouse, like, you guys remember playing Mousetrap, the game Mousetrap, like a little Rube Goldberg machine in there?
Yeah. You mean that trap that was supposed to have a board game attached to it that we just played with?
Yes. That. Imagine you have a mouse game trap in both of those, and like I said, everything's identical, even all the way down to the atoms. And you put the same amount of force on the ball and Mousetrap. Both those mouse traps are going to basically actualize and complete themselves in the exact same way. So that's 2 identical rooms with 2 mousetraps in it. Now, finally, let's start scaling up the complexity of these mousetraps, and all the while keeping them identical in every conceivable way. Start scaling up the complexity of these mousetraps. And imagine you're scaling up the complexity so far, you're now beyond the complexity of a human brain. Unrealistic, but just think about it. Scale the mousetrap up and beyond the capacity of a human, or the complexity of a human brain. Again, both completely identical. Flick that ball in the same exact way on both. That mousetrap's going to actualize in the exact same way on both. I could be wrong. There might be a physicist pulling his hair out going, no, you fool. There's reasons why this might not have happened. But that's kind of how I initially thought about determinism.
Well, you can't do it with the quantum theory because that's probabilistic, not deterministic.
Yeah, exactly. So when you put in quantum probabilities in there, which I am no way qualified to talk about, yeah, you're not talking about probabilities. And I don't know how that would affect like the mousetrap or even our brains. But even if that is the case, just to kind of wrap this up, even if that is the case and there are random probabilities at play, we have no control over those random probabilities. So whether a probability goes one way or the other, or however it works, we have no control over that. Therefore, it doesn't really help our free will problem. I would love to have somebody talk about this with me that knows more about these physics and stuff like that I do, but that's kind of how I view it.
When you get to multi-world hypothesis with determinism, so you have a finite number of dimensions, and your consciousness collapses as any of those others die, you collapse into your other consciousnesses as they go on. And so everything that could happen will happen. And the one thing that somebody told me that there was the reason this is a hypothesis is people go through life with memories of events that happened that didn't happen in the current state that they're in.
Mandela effect, deja vu.
I asked somebody out, she said no. I had the distinct memory of that thing happening. But I ask everybody else after, a couple of years, and they're like, no, that never happened. But it's in there, fried.
That sounds similar to
how would you?
Who's that sultry blues singer we hear getting his voice? Yeah, last week or a couple weeks ago, you were just DJ Scratch and Sniff. I was coming on here like he just had a Marlboro Red and a bourbon.
The reason
straight.
The reason that it's weird that it appeals to me is the fact that I've survived a 1 in a billion shot to be alive right now. And so when I think about it, I'm like, is my consciousness just collapsing into the very small possibilities that I'm alive?
Right. So if that is true, that doesn't help at all with the free will problem, though, right? Because physics has collapsed your consciousness into this one state, and you had no control over that.
But every decision that you could make has been made.
That's the whole multiverse.
Dead in the water. Free will seems to have gone to me like the soul. Like there's no soul, there's no free will. Those are just outdated kind of concepts.
And I'm gonna give Homeboy a little bit of credit. There is something I think like as the human in me reacts to the world around me, there is an energy or like a soul to music, like a feeling, kind of like there is something there. It's probably a chemical process that can be easily explained. I just like calling that chemical process soul.
Well, that's mind-body duality. You separate.
How dare you say that to me?
And there's nothing wrong with thinking that there's a duality between you and your consciousness. Because the second your consciousness is altered, you're a different person.
And I stay altered. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. No, it's the old
keep it altered, baby.
The old phrase of the same man never enters the same river twice.
Well, that's because
it's always a different river and it's always a different man.
That's because rivers are known for fucking like credit card scams, and they're constantly changing addresses. That's the thing about rivers. You don't trust them with money. Ever.
I knew I shouldn't have come in with heavy philosophy on the show.
It's me, dude. It's me.
Oh, not that show. Holy fuck.
What did you think I was?
Nothing heavy in this after party.
Yeah, we need to decompress.
Yeah, when you've been through what I've been through, you kind of get heavy philosophy after a while.
Yeah.
Mm.
And also, your brain is the size of the state that you reside in. So.
Small then. Nebraska ain't that big.
Well, fucking something small like Nebraska. No one's ever said that.
Average size.
Oh, God. Oh, I see what's going on right now. Oh, crap. Oh, here we are in the gutter again.
I wasn't going there. You were going there.
I know, because it's funnier this way if I make it act like it. Anyway,
Yeah,
least favorite superheroes. Who else didn't go yet?
I can't think of one.
Did you hear? It was a comic recently on Reddit. Trolley Man. Have you heard of this superhero?
What?
Nope.
Who the hell is Trolley Man?
It's Trolley Man. Trolley Man. Help! There's 5 people about to get run over by that trolley. Trolley Man comes by. I can save them, but first I must kill one of you.
No!
That's his superpower.
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh no!
Horrid.
Trolley Man is bad. Oh, he's not a hero.
That's why I said the members of the Suicide Squad aren't heroes because they do shit like that. Right?
Oh my god! When they fucking had that competition going through that fucking camp.
Yeah.
These are the freedom fighters.
Holy shit. And then they get to the end, they realize what? These were all good guys? Oh, well.
Where are my brothers and sisters, us orphans who have banded together?
Bad news for you.
They were like dead when we got up here.
Yeah.
Trying to find the Trolley Man comic. Here it is.
I'll
post it in the chat. If I post a link in the YouTube chat, do you have to release it, Mikey?
If you're a moderator,
I can mod you.
I can mod you.
We'll get you a wrench. Is what
mod me. I promise I won't abuse the mod privileges. Actually, I've never been a mod of a YouTube channel.
It's okay. Everybody
in this channel, everybody's got a wrench.
Here's a fun question for the around the horn.
That was our theory. If everybody's got a wrench, then no one will break the rules.
You get a wrench.
If we're all super, no one is.
Everybody gets to break the rules because nobody can stop them.
Exactly.
Here's a fun question for everybody.
Checkmate 8.
You can stop any crime from ever being, or any immoral act from ever happening again. The only problem is, the only catch is that you have to perform said act for it to stop.
What?
Oh my God!
Then the act still happens. So no.
No.
It's
just stop it, Ollie.
Yeah,
What?
Ollie, stop doing the fucking dungeon master special pleading.
But it's an impossible situation.
No, it isn't, because it doesn't stop until after the act has been performed.
So the whole point of this, Ollie, is that you have to choose, and so it's worded in a way so you can't squiggle out of it, and then you don't have to choose. Like, it's hard on purpose.
I refuse to abuse my high by engaging in that thought process.
So here's the question. So let's just
be. I never want anybody to lie in court again, so I'll go perjure myself.
So you perjure yourself once, and you will then prevent all future perjury from ever happening ever again.
Perjury is now impossible.
So that comes down to whether you subscribe to utilitarianism then. Because like let's just up that to 11. Would you murder one person?
Somebody
to prevent all future if you're looking at it strictly from a numbers game, doing that action would be a good thing. But
maybe
you do that action.
But maybe Swede is the ollie here, because if you stop people from being able to perjure themselves, if they're ever asked if they did it, then they know, like they'd have to commit the act knowing that if they were asked, did you do this? They have to tell the truth.
That wouldn't stop a lot of people, I don't think.
But I think it'd stop a lot of them, because if they ever got questioned, then they'd have to say that they did it.
Well, they could still plead the fifth in this country, at least.
Oh yeah, fucking America. Free to a good home. Anybody who wants to colonize America again. Free to a good home. You just gotta prove that you're gonna do right by her.
I think out of all the amendments that we did to the Constitution, the Fifth Amendment is by far the second best one that's ever.
I'm a big supporter of the Fifth Amendment. Mm-hmm. There was a professor, 10, 12 years ago. He had a really good YouTube video where he was explaining the whole reason why the Fifth Amendment is just a necessary part of our law system. Yeah. It's fascinating. Yeah.
There's another one that gets into why you should view defense attorneys in a whole new light, because they're usually seen as people who defend liars and crooks and thieves and everything else. And it's like, no.
They're the backbone of the system.
They're the only line of defense between you and an unjust system.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that little procedural thing that they'll find could mean the difference between an unjust imprisonment.
And it's crazy in the society, at least here in the States. Defense attorneys are looked down upon, but the death penalty, by and large, people are like, well, some people just deserve to die. It's like, but don't you see the connection there? Don't you see how that could have been you, dumbass?
Yeah.
If you don't have a good defense attorney, you could be executed for any reason, and it doesn't matter because you don't have an attorney to defend you. That's what we're saying.
I don't want to say his name, but the former guy, he wants to bring back live execution on TV at like a gunpoint,
hanging, guillotine,
and hangings. Is that?
Yeah, hangings, guillotine, and group executions.
And I mean, he actually said that, and he's still going to run for president. That's the weird part. He actually said that.
In a sane country, all you have to do is put that up in a commercial, and no one would ever vote for him.
But
in a sane country,
but
unfortunately,
in America, however,
I would like to think that he would only get 20% of the vote if that happened.
That's what I thought the first time around. I was sure he was
split the vote.
I honestly hope he loses the nomination and goes third party, because that will just write the ticket.
That's exactly what we needed. Please split the vote.
Ross Perot, this motherfucker.
Get that 12% we need you to get.
Just fuck over Ralph Nader.
You little-handed bastard. Get out there and do something.
Do you think he's going to do that? Run as a third party?
His ego won't let him.
Yeah, if DeSantis gets the nomination, the nomination, he's gonna fucking cry and pout that everything is fucking rigged, and he really actually won. So he'll run third party and then say he won the presidency, and then he'll say that he's a space demon, and then he'll probably take a nap. Then he'll shit
when
himself.
did he turn into Alex Jones?
If that happens, he's going to steal 20% of the Republican vote.
And that works for me.
Destroy them.
Yeah, I think his ego is definitely a big source of pressure in that direction. I think another source of pressure is that he knows that there's a lot of prosecution going on, like a lot of discovery going on. He's probably going to get prosecuted eventually for criminal acts.
And a lot of
becoming president again would be his best defense against all of that wholesale.
Because it's never happened before, so everybody kind of just we'll wait till he's gone, so that way I don't have to I don't want to be the first guy to say something about this.
Nobody likes to set precedent.
If he gets back in, though, can he just pardon himself for everything?
No.
Wasn't there a whole debate whether he could do that or not? Did they ever settle that?
You can't pardon yourself for a state crime. So, like the Southern District of New York or the New York Supreme Court could prosecute him. There's nothing he could do about it.
Yeah, and they are.
So if there's a state crime, he's fucked. And then there's a few other. I mean, he can get out of most of it, but the states will just take it up and just states' rights.
Where have I heard that before?
sometimes states' rights can be a bitch.
So, since Neil is taking a quick sabbatical, we've been doing some talking. We're not sure of the date, but there's going to be a couple of changes. These are landmark decisions, some would say. It's not that big of a deal. What the current school of thought is the deconversion stories are going to stay here on YouTube forever and ever and ever, never going to change. The question of when and how is maybe the after parties will be going to Twitch only. Couple of reasons why. Most of the, to be fair, most of the after parties get demonetized. So those are kind of like just kind of throwaway things anyway. We can get away with a lot more as far as like people sharing clips. We can react to videos. We can get the whole emotes thing going and do raids. Like we can, after the after party is finished, we can raid out to another channel of other atheist networks and kind of really reach out and kind of share our little corner of the internet, because through all the turmoils of this organization and another organization, I'll say it for Neil, since he's not here to speak on his own behalf. It's kind of been Neil who's kind of been the Rock of Gibraltar and the lighthouse in the storm when everyone is fighting. This place is Sweden. We don't fight with nobody. Everybody come here, share your story. This channel is about community. This channel is about showing who atheists really are, showing where we actually came from, and we're not so bad, right? We're not so bad. And despite what happened to us previously in life, we're gonna make it, and we're all pulling for each other. And that's oh, there he is. Come on in here, big guy.
It's a Neelosaurus Rex.
Oh shit, I hit the wrong one. So
you're speaking for me. What were you saying?
About what the channel means to you.
Oh.
And what its kind of like purpose, what its kind of purpose is in the atheist community. Well, here, you didn't hear what I said. So what would you say is kind of like this channel's kind of like role in the atheist community?
Oh, I've said that many times. It's to bring these stories out so that, there's people out there that may not know and may not know that they have common things with the folks that I have on my show, and that it's okay to not believe, and it's okay to be free from your former religion and stuff like that. And they get to hear all these stories, and that can help them, right? Because they may feel like there's no one else like them. I can't be the only one, right? So, but yeah, and it's to show that there is. And that's why we do the after parties.
Case
so you can get to know more other atheists, other people just like you that left their beliefs behind.
Create a community.
Yeah.
Tomato, potato. We said the same thing.
Potato.
You're a potato.
So the big guy hasn't decided a date yet. We'll let you guys know. But just if you're not already following us on Twitch, go ahead and do that. Twitch.tv/604atheist. Just go ahead and do that.
One thing, because after we had that discussion, something came to mind.
Okay.
Twitch doesn't keep these videos up
until you get
Like everyone that I've had on Twitch is gone.
There's a setting for that.
Yeah. You also
have to turn it on. Yeah. We never turned it on. Like all of our we should have 2 weeks worth of VODs, but that are left up there, but it's not turned on. It'll be there, but we just have to turn it on. And it lasts for 2 weeks. Do you want the after parties archived?
Well, as like they are here on YouTube, you can go and watch an after party. You can go and watch an interview. But I don't think we say on Twitch. I don't think we save them there because I can't find them.
Like I said, the Twitch VODs last 2 weeks. But right now ours aren't showing because that setting is not selected.
Oh, I see.
About like how they're published. Like they're saved, but they're just not public. We have to just turn that on.
Oh. Hang on. Twitch is telling me I have to okay.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I already had one
be on Twitch for the because it can be on the Twitch for 2 weeks. Can you not then just rebroadcast it on YouTube at a later time?
We can do it. We can do it as I can do it with the click of a button as soon as the episode's over.
Right. So it'll just stream on YouTube a couple hours later, and then it's saved forever.
Yes.
So maybe what you could do, Mikey, is take the Twitch stream, sanitize it, and then put it on YouTube so it doesn't get monetized.
You could do that.
Are you kidding me? It'll just be bleeps the whole time.
The bleeps make it funnier.
It does.
It's be a constant sine wave all the way down the.
It'd be like showing an episode of the what's that show? Sopranos.
Yeah, bleeping the Sopranos.
Like you could go through it, and as soon as you get to 10 bleeps, you can say, "Oh fuck it, we'll just broadcast it, no money." Right?
Make a hell of a
some of them might get monetized, some of them won't.
And it's not like strictly like a monetization thing, but just like we can't really raid out to people when everybody's all split up. Yeah, there's like 2 people on the Twitch, and it's like if we can get the people over to the Twitch, we can expose everybody to new people, and we kind of like build that community. Because I know OA goes on live some nights, and Lord Falconis goes on some nights. So instead of people having those 2 windows, it'd be nice if everybody came here, and then we went to so-and-so, and now, oh, look, a Hellbound Hillbilly's up late, and now he's streaming some stuff, so then he gets rated. You know what I mean? Just a way for us to kind of like complete the loop. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of people come to us as like a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday like source. You know what I mean? Like it's like a staple. Like this show is going to be on. And it would be nice to be able to kind of like reciprocate some of the energy that and positivity that everybody sends our way to somebody else's channel who might need some viewership.
Right on.
Holy shit, man.
What? Here we go.
77 notifications.
Jesus, Neil.
3 of those are mine.
No, on Twitch. No, wait.
I knew that's what it was. I was like, it's been a while.
Assort options.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Neil's gonna pop here. You hear this thing about fucking Amazon Prime?
Fuck you.
Apparently, if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to the channel.
Oh, whoops. The delay is shorter on Twitch, that's for sure.
It is, yes.
Yes.
But just for anybody who doesn't know, you can speed up the YouTube speed so that it catches up. And then it slowly falls back behind. Yeah. On the YouTube feed, if you on the YouTube feed, if you hit the little settings button, you go to playback speed. You can turn the playback speed up to times 2 speed, and it'll catch right up till about a half a second after when you're speaking. But then it slowly falls back off again because YouTube just plain and simple plays it at a slower speed than what we're doing.
It has to do with the streaming.
So, yeah, like
server delays.
Like at the end of an hour-long stream, YouTube will be what, 10, 12 seconds behind? It'll be way fucking behind if you don't try and catch it up. So.
Or just do what I do, Ali. Instead of me ever watching anybody else's stream, I just join it. I find a way and I weasel my way onto the screen. That way I can just experience it live and I don't have to worry about the lag.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Get rid of the lag. Just
described my whole strategy for the last 3 years. 2.5 years.
You can't argue with it if it works. You know what I mean? Like,
that's right.
I can't say you're wrong.
I work in the investment world. Yes, you can't argue with it either.
Sweet, who's your least favorite superhero? Because I can speak English.
Yep.
The capital.
I didn't even answer that one.
Yeah, no one answered. Everyone keeps dancing around and shit. Give me some damn. I want to shit on some superheroes with y'all. Let's do this.
I gave you an
favorite superhero. Well, I would have to go with either Ayn Rand or Milton Friedman.
What the fuck is it? Superhero? God damn it!
Yeah,
well, they are superheroes to a bunch of fucking chuds.
You listen to me and you listen good. I want you to name someone with
Neil, I'm gonna have to duck on out.
Leotard or something.
I gotta get up in the morning early.
All right, brother.
I appreciate it.
Good to see you.
See you guys. Thanks. You can talk about me now.
I would never do that.
No.
All right, he's gone. Let's talk about him.
Yep.
Think it's going to be different for him? Of course I'm going to talk about him. Sweet.
I think he experiences lag on his end, so I don't think he gets the enjoyment he's seeking out of these sometimes.
That sucks.
And Tim, Superman's already taken. That's what Mikey started with.
Thank you. See, Tim's my real boyfriend. All the rest of you are pretenders.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's my favorite.
Eric's the trolley man. I'm at that.
Spider-Man's awesome.
Yeah, Eric's Trolley Man was the only good answer I've heard so far.
No, that was a
Wonder
good
Twins.
answer.
Fuck you.
Oh, I take it back. Ali Man's Wonder Twins is a good answer. Mike, what did you say?
Well, I was going to go. I don't. The only thing I come up with is a villain in recent Marvel. I hated the Sandman. Was that dude? I thought that was
the show on Netflix.
No. It was a bad guy.
Spider-Man villain.
That's a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I thinking of? You're
thinking of Neil Gaiman's Sandman.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a great fucking show.
Yeah.
I endlessly mocked his fucking brooding voice the entire time me and my wife watched it. So then like Zero has allergies, so he licks his like arm, and then like he licks it until like his fur mats and all that. So we always was like, Zero, stop licking your arm. Zero, stop licking. Zero. So I just look over, I'm like, Zero, you have to stop licking your arm. All of your hair is going to mat up. Like while we're watching, because that's how he says everything. Like that is his only tone. You have to stop doing things. That's not the way to do that. I'm the master of dreams. That's his only voice. And it was funny.
I have the audiobooks too, and the guy that does his the Sandman for the audiobooks has a much deeper, intense voice. So.
But it's not like deep. It's like broody My Chemical Romance teenager deep. Like it's just like, dude, stop it. Why is he like this? Yeah, he's the emo. He's the god of emo. Like, get out of here, guy. Fucking wash that product out of your hair. Come on.
I recommend listening to the book. It's better, anyways.
Sandman?
Yeah, they're performed by actors and stuff like that. So you're getting a performance. It'd be like listening to old-timey radio shows.
As opposed to the Netflix show that didn't have any actors in it.
No,
you're right. No, you're right. Zing. Good shot, Neil. You really got him.
There were some known actors in the TV show one.
Stephen Fry was in it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He did a really good job, too.
I can't remember her name, but she played Phasma and she was also in
Brianna Tarth.
Gwendolyn something.
There was quite a few known people in that.
Her name is
But I like the
Brienne
book better.
Phasma.
Show was good.
Yeah, Gwendolyn Paltrow. Oh, not Paltrow. That's Gwyneth Paltrow. That's something familiar, right?
Yeah, it's like the name.
I was like,
I'm so jet lagged right now.
Vagina
I'm going about 30 hours no sleep right now, so I'm pretty jet lagged.
Damn.
Whoa.
So,
what are you doing here, Eric? Go to sleep.
This is keeping me awake until about 11 when I will go to sleep.
You gotta reset the rhythms. You know
what we need to do now is then end the show so we can go to bed.
Yeah, Gwendolyn Christie is her name.
She's great.
She was also in Wednesday as the mother.
I just saw her in something that
Come on,
wasn't.
Tim. How much do you know about Hawkeye? Hawkeye's a great character.
In the movie, though? In the movie?
Sorry, Jeremy Renner, that you got ran over.
Yeah, I love him. He's a great guy.
I feel so bad about his accident and stuff like that. But boy, I hate that character.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
why is he there?
I didn't like his character until he had to make the choice at the very end.
But why is he there? Go fucking talk to the X-Men. Get his ass out of there. I want Storm or Wolverine. Get his punk ass. Scarlet, or not Scarlet Witch. Black Widow. If you could just take a back seat, can I get Jubilee, Rogue, any other fucking cool ass person with powers?
By a different company.
They got him
should
now.
be in a different class of movie, right?
Well, I think that's what the Multiverse of Madness is, right? They're going to start bringing them in.
Maybe.
I thought that's phase 4 or whatever where we're at.
They have the multiverse, and they have some of the heroes like the Fantastic Four, and Professor X was in there, and so they're going to
worry.
It'll end up settling on the one universe, and all the characters from different ones are in the one. They did something similar to that with what was it, Crisis?
They're basically opening up all the doors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're opening up
so
all the doors.
Slide them all in.
So you think they're going to consolidate it back down into a single universe, though, at the end of it all?
Yep.
Is that what you're thinking?
Well, the mouse owns it all now.
I'm thinking maybe it might happen.
I think they didn't do it earlier because they didn't own it all earlier, and Sony had, I don't know, a third of the fucking franchise. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then how do you make a dynasty of movies when you don't own a third of the characters? So they just did what they could, and they started their little world building thing, and then boom, now they got the X-Men. It's fucking game on. Let's go. Like
somehow they took a character that nobody actually ever cared about and turned Iron Man into a star. They got a washed up, Hollywood actor. They got a superhero that nobody gave a shit about.
Iron Man?
One of my favorite fucking.
As far as popularity,
what do you mean nobody gave a shit about?
I think you're wrong about that.
Iron Man was way low in the comics.
That was a genius choice, is what it was.
But they'd already tried their more popular ones. They needed to go with something new. They'd already tried a couple of their more popular ones, like the Hulk, right?
Oh, the Hulk
their
movies
X-Men movies were already out there, right? So,
if you think Iron Man was popular in the comics, I don't know what you're smoking.
I was about to say no one liked Iron Man until the movie came out.
Yeah, I was going to say I think he sold well as a movie.
Like I said, like with Spider-Man already out there, the X-Men were already out there, Hulk was already out there. Like you're starting to run out of their top guys, and you're getting toward
and what Sweet is saying is Iron Man wasn't even the top guy. It was a throwaway character with a washed up actor, and it turned into the thing that kind of reignited the MCU.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that because I always liked Iron Man comics right since
okay.
Outside of you,
we're gonna discuss the difference between an anecdote and empirical evidence.
Iron Man didn't sell.
You need that lesson right now.
Well, no, I'm saying you're just making a statement as well, though, aren't you?
No.
No one bought Iron Man.
Okay. There are two comics in the Marvel universe that have more issue number ones than any other: Iron Man and Captain Marvel. And that means they have to like stop a series and start a new one because no one was buying it.
Okay.
He's the most rebooted of the.
He is Iron Man. Iron Man is one of the least popular comic book.
I don't know if I like that theory, Sweet, because I think of the X-Men, and they've rebranded the X-Men multiple times, and they were the niche comic book for that company up until the MCU.
But they still don't have as near as many number one issues.
I beg to differ.
Because nobody beats Captain Marvel.
Are you talking about? Are you talking about like X-Men or like X-Men then Wolverine or like a Nightcrawler like spinoff? Are you just saying like X-Men?
X-Men, and then they would have like Uncanny X-Men, the Astonishing X-Men. They'd have all these different titles, but they're all X-Men. But they were just relaunches with different branches of the team.
That's different. That's very different.
For Iron Man, for Iron Man, it was more like
they did it once.
For Iron Man, it was like they tried a whole arc and no one bit. So then they started again and they tried a whole arc and no one bit. And then they tried a whole like Iron Man was kind of like the shitty guy. Like
there's been like 50 arcs for Captain Marvel and there's been like 40 some for Iron Man. None of them sold well.
Because I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Neil.
I'm going to embrace the future here. I'm going to ask Chat GPT the answer, and we'll let AI settle this.
The AI, I've seen a video where the AI keeps getting the wrong answers and then apologizing and giving the right answers.
Yeah.
That's how you don't get wise.
I had Chat GPT write me a story of Darth Vader baking a cake, and it was amazing what he gave me.
Nightmare fuel.
All right, so how should I phrase the question? Who's more popular, X-Men or Iron Man?
Who is the least include the movies, I guess.
Hold on, Ollie. Who is the least popular Marvel superhero?
Okay. That's
horrible.
It's not going to be Iron Man.
Yeah, I guarantee Iron Man doesn't hit that fucking thing. If you don't exclude the movies,
bottom four.
If you don't exclude the movies, then there's no way he's going to be in the bottom four.
So I mean, here's just like a general parameter question. Do you feel like the Robert Downey Jr. rendition of Iron Man kind of reinvigorated your interest in it, or were you at the same level you are post movie as you were pre movie?
Definitely reinvigorated because I haven't paid attention to comic books since the late 80s.
So you're attributing it to all Marvel knowledge in general.
But when I used to pay attention to comic books from the late 70s to the late 80s, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, those were my four go-to guys. Sorry, I'm not even an X-Men guy. I never really liked the X-Men.
So what's sweet is saying is, of the guys who are you're even like a smaller group of what you think of, because Iron Man was generally thought of like a bullshit, shitty comic guy by the comic people. Okay. Like in that gap, everyone's like, Iron Man, he kind of sucks. And then the movie came out and I was like, yo, that movie's kind of.
I never experienced that. I'll be honest. I never experienced it all. Iron
Man. Poor man's Batman makes sense to me.
So maybe a more accurate description is that Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, they were very popular decades ago. Then they waned, and X-Men took their place with the movies.
I don't think Iron Man has ever actually been popular.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
he was one of the founding members of the Avengers. He had in the 70s and 80s, he was probably the most popular. Then his storylines started taking a dive in the 90s.
Yeah, they started trying to teach lessons about drugs with him and stuff like that.
He was so bad in the 90s, they didn't even include him in the Marvel versus DC.
Yeah. So Swede, are we and the people who agree with us, are we all victims of the present, where we saw that Iron Man motherfucker fail? We saw y'all turn y'all back on him, and we see that as he's not popping. They're like, well, he was good back in the day. Like, did we just miss the time period that Iron Man
me,
was popular?
I stopped paying attention to comic books altogether of all types. So I never experienced what the fuck you guys are talking about.
There was a famine.
Right?
Mighty famine.
Well, I fall into the camp of I never paid attention to comic books until I was in my 20s. What I'm going off of is the historical reach of how much they sold, how many #1 arcs they had to reproduce, how many times they've tried to reboot a character. And as that number grows, you can tell that the character is less and less popular.
The other way you could look at that is everybody knows this character used to be super popular. Why aren't we hitting the right buttons on it? Let's get it going again. This character used to be fucking super popular. What are we missing? Let's get it going again.
Well, Captain Marvel's never been popular.
I didn't say it applied to all of them.
Fucking arcs out there for her.
No one loves her.
So.
Well, that's the thing is it wasn't to her at the very beginning. The first Captain Marvel.
Oh, right, that's right.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we do? So
hold
on. Damn. Jesus.
We're superheroes.
Literally talking right now. You calm down, hot knife.
X-Men.
So I think we're on the Bin podcast. Shameless plug. We have a segment, and I have like a sound alert for it, where we have a segment called Spoiler Alert, and we're going to talk about stuff that came out like within the last year. I'm going to spoiler alert Wakanda Forever. Can I do that? Wakanda Forever. Everybody, I mean, chat, I don't know, give us like a 90-second timer, I guess. I don't know what to tell you, but it's been out for quite some time now, and it's on Disney Plus.
Put your earmuffs on if you don't want to hear this.
Yeah.
La,
I don't know that my generation can really appreciate how bad the previous generations were at like nailing really interesting characters. Like you guys' Superman movies were fucking trash. The Black Panther comics back in the day were trash. They're like so boring and bland. Like I looked them up. The movie was like the most coolest fucking thing ever. And with Wakanda Forever, like it's the coolest shit ever, right? Are we all just kind of trapped into like really wanting something that we love that sucked turn into good?
No, you're talking about a different era when fuck.
Christopher Reeve.
Hit it when no.
Batman
Well,
Beyond.
you also had the networks who wouldn't allow certain themes. I mean, you go back to like Beverly Hills 90210, they wouldn't let the Jewish girl wear a frickin' Star of David necklace because middle America isn't ready for that yet. And that's the fucking 90s. Think about Superman movies in the
on the
70s
WWB.
So, I mean, you really have to think about under what pressures they were at, what they were allowed to do. Under social
Not
pressure.
only that, technology wasn't where it is today either.
That's true too.
That didn't stop y'all from making the Hulk, so I don't want to hear it. The most impossible thing for y'all to recreate, y'all decided to make a fucking show about it. And I saw your Batman show, also garbage.
Which Hulk are you referring to?
Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, I knew he was talking about Lou Ferrigno.
When he threw that there.
I loved that show back then.
That show is bad. You know
I know
bad.
it is. But it was that time and era, it was fucking awesome for
if you were
what
a
we
kid,
had.
then,
Especially you were a kid too.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
We didn't have any of this stuff now, so that was the shit for us.
Your
back
comparison is you had nothing to compare to back then.
Generation
Like,
thing.
oh, I'm finally getting something. Yeah. You were so excited to watch that show every time it was on.
Dude, you were so excited when it was X day at X time that you could watch whatever show you were into because there's no on demand. There was no
no on demand. Right? You were
and if the president was on, you were fucked.
Oh no! Please don't address us. Please don't address us.
So
I'm sorry, State of the Union cannot be on Tuesday because my show is on Tuesday.
yeah.
So,
right,
so,
so-
actually,
What do you mean
that's actually
baseball
that's,
ran long and I don't get to see my show. Fuck.
that's actually a really interesting thing that you just said, Swede. As much like as the world is getting younger and younger and younger, and things are becoming more and more on demand, I think there is a certain kind of FOMO nostalgia for people of a certain age that young people don't understand. Like, I love certain movies because that was the video cassette that I owned, and that was the only thing I could get my hands on.
Yeah.
Or I liked a
Not
certain
only
show,
that-
or I liked a certain show because it was on after school, which is when I had the most time to, because you couldn't watch it any other time. There was no other time to do it, and there was this certain exclusivity about life experiences because of technology.
But then at the same time, you have to realize what Gen X and to a certain extent the early days of millennials experienced. We started with 8 tracks. Some of us did, but most of us started with cassettes. Then we had to rebuy all of our cassettes as CDs. Then we had to turn around and then we did the same thing with VHS to DVD to Blu-ray. You know, we had to do all this. We're tired of fucking changing over and over and over again.
Quick question for you, Mikey. And now, actually, I forgot what it was. Sorry. Fucker, you went too long, Sweet. You just kept rambling.
He was really quick.
Mikey, question for you. You love Call of Duty right now, right? Call of Duty's awesome video game for you to play. You're right into it, right?
I'm good at it. I don't like it.
Okay. Think of something similar that you like. 50
like
years
you.
from now, those kids that are playing it on fucking virtual reality, are they going to understand why you like that? No. They're not going to have a fucking clue why you like that.
I'll take them on one at a time. Like, line them
They're
up.
not going to have a clue why you liked it.
Ollie, line them up.
Right? And that's why I like the Hulk.
Tell them to take a number.
Fucking $6 million man.
$6 million man was horrible, but God, it was great.
And Ollie, what makes you think that I'm going to stop playing video games at any part of my life?
I never said you would. Have I? I'm still playing the most fucking recent fucking video games too now.
I'm just saying.
Right?
If it's 2070, those 2070 Christmas Call of Duty noobs are still going to be getting the smoke because I'll have the Xbox 35 ready to bust them
in the
up.
ultimate fucking virtual reality version.
And they're going to be getting to work.
They're going to you were playing 50 years back.
They're going to be like, who the fuck is Grandpa Famine? And why is he dominating the lobby right now? Because I'm in my wheelchair in fucking 3 dimensions spinning around fucking. I don't give a fuck. I don't care who it is or when it is. Put them in the future, the past, whatever.
Space Invaders.
Did you Canadians get Greatest American Hero?
Yes. I just rewatched the series 3 months ago, dude. Do you want a link? I'll give you a link.
I'll take a link.
Rewatched the whole fucking series.
Yeah, I used to love watching those. My ex got to sit next to him at a Cubs game.
So my wife recently rewatched all of Knight Rider, the original Knight Rider on Netflix.
I'd love to have that link. I'd watch that too.
It's an amazing show, but man, in HD, those stunt scenes did not age well. They very clearly switched to stunt cars for a lot of stuff, and it's so obvious. Like when the car hits the ground and like bends in the middle and then pops back. It's great.
Mike, check out that link in the private chat, Mike.
Okay.
That's Twitter. The whole series right there. Bam.
Right on.
On YouTube for free.
Oh yeah.
Here I just want the Louis series 3B to actually make it to the United States instead of being stuck in fucking Australia.
All right, so here's. Sorry, go ahead. Sweet.
If you're a parent or a parent to be, that show is like your lifeblood.
There you go, Mikey. Parent to be.
What?
Bluey. You need to watch Bluey.
Look, I've been getting a lot of pushback from my friends and family. They're like, your kid's gonna watch all the annoying shit that like the kids their age watch because you're gonna be forced to like go on YouTube and give them a tablet. I don't know that me and my wife are convinced that we're gonna teach our kid English. Like, y'all are in a certain like framework that we're not in. I have been postulating talking with a stupid accent that changes every day to my child just to fuck them up. Keep them guessing. I want them to be multifaceted. I want them to have like several ways of speaking. So I might code switch on them like on a timer. And then every time they hear a bell like that, boom, they start speaking in the Indian accent. Boom, they're British. And it's involuntary. I am in a very rare happenstance that I can perform these social experiments on someone who is unknowing and completely trusting in me.
This is the most contrived speech I've ever heard.
Mrs. Famine, if you're watching this, he really doesn't mean that.
You mean they're a blank slate and you can turn them into what you want?
I'm just saying, if your parents had an Indian accent when you grew up, you probably have, or Irish, or fucking Australian. You're gonna grow up with the accent in the English that you've learned, the language that you've learned.
No. Social pressures are way more like it's obvious.
You learn it.
Personalities right? are
you would have to isolate that kid, and they would only have the experience.
I live in the United States. You think this kid's leaving the house? Oh hell no!
An example.
It is terrible out there. It's awful, Ollie. Every day.
An example. My
worse.
cousin Ilan, his father is from Israel. He's Israeli, and when he speaks in English, he has a thick accent. None of the kids have an accent.
Right.
So watch local TV. That's where they get their accent.
If you want to learn a language, get on get a VPN and watch the local news in some other country.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you do it and you turn on English subtitles for about the first week, you'll start being able to
start blending
back and forth.
Yeah, you'll pick up a shitload of it.
Thank you, Hellbound Hillbilly. You heard it too. What you mean, your cousin Elon? Is that what you said? Your cousin Elon Musk?
Elon with an A.
Elon.
Is it the A with the E like mixed together? Because I know like that's his thing.
Elon.
No.
Shalon.
No.
Shalon.
Elon.
I have a friend who's going to move here from Ireland, and she's lamenting the loss of her accent on her children. So 2 are already in school, and they have pretty thick Irish accents.
So
one is a baby. That one probably will never have an accent.
So it's kind of a societal thing, like Neil's saying, but it's also a contrived thing in like the way that people choose to parent their children, because like probably 50% of my friends are black, 40% of them are Mexican or brown, and like 10% are white. I don't like you white people. I'm just kidding. But like that's everybody, all of my friends who are of Latin descent who speak Spanish have one accent. The ones who do not speak Spanish talk like I talk.
Right.
They can't even duplicate the accent because they don't have the foundational language that kind of informs your accent.
It's just how close you are to the accent. That's all it is.
Like certain languages, vowels sound this way, and other languages they sound that way. So if your first language is Spanish, then it makes sense that you pronounce things a certain way because that's your original way of thinking of how to pronounce that sound. My friends who don't speak Spanish don't have that problem because they just talk like I talk.
Mm. And speaking Spanish, it's time to end the show.
Buenos dias.
Hola,
I know the two are totally unconnected, but it's my own form of a deepity, I guess, today. We had quite the interesting guest, though, today. If you didn't see the interview, go ahead and click the link below, and you can check it out. Renel had some very interesting ideas.
I'm gonna go live after this, Neil. So if people want to talk to me, they can check out Mikey or twitch.tv/MikeyFamine. I'm gonna go live in like 6 minutes.
Yeah, and I'll probably go for another smoke and bug him for a few minutes while I'm out there smoking. So
because I have some things to say that are not appropriate to say everywhere.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I'm staying up for another half an hour then.
But thank you to Renel for showing up for today's show and expressing a lot of interesting points with us. And it was civil, but you know, we differ in a lot of our beliefs, I guess you could say.
I'm not. And let that be. Hold on, Ollie, man. You can talk in my stream. I'm talking here. Let that be a lesson to everybody. We clearly did not agree with somebody, and we didn't have to resort to claiming that they were mentally deficient, that they were others, that they were wrong, that they were anything else. You can talk about the issues without insulting people and insulting who they are as people. That's not necessary. You're doing that on your own, and you don't have to. You can choose a different path.
Oh, we're getting a request for otters.
Oh, yes, please.
All right. Yeah. But definitely a different twist on what we're used to for tonight's show.
Yep.
But we'll be back on Saturday, and I have a fellow from Australia going to be on with us.
Oh, is it a midday show then?
No, it's regular because it's like 7 or something a.m. or 8 a.m. where he is when we're doing it at this time. So,
okay.
So it's the following day for them. It'll be 5 p.m. as usual, and it's Mark Reed we'll be talking to. Should be another interesting show. Then I'm still looking for guests for Tuesday, February 21st, February 25th, which is a Saturday, and Tuesday, February 28th for this month. And then I'll start booking for March. But it's getting tougher to find people.
We're running out of atheists.
And I keep reaching out there with the feelers, but, you know.
Well,
so I implore you folks out there, if you hear of anyone or know of anyone that wants to share, send them our way.
I have a maybe. Somebody said maybe today. Yeah,
that's fine.
Has anybody reached out to the bigger networks and just asked them to advertise a little bit?
That's off air. That's off air talk.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't say any names.
Well, no. We can talk about that sort of stuff later. But thanks everyone out in the chat. If you missed the interesting show, links in the description box below. It's great that you guys are here and hanging out with us. Hope you guys had fun tonight. Also, our members and our patrons are the shit. You guys are awesome. Thanks for doing what you do for the show. If you want to become a member, you can click the little join button down there. And if you want to become a patron, there is a link below as well.
Patreon.com/604atheist.
Doodly doodly. All right.
Ollie, knock it off.
I'm doing nothing.
It's a reflex. Whenever I hear multiple coins, I assume it's you. I'm sorry.
Ollie, you're aware. Resistance, you're aware. So.
I'm aware.
You're
I'm aware.
Right. And don't worry. When you die, you'll still be aware.
I'm semi-conscious. I'm still aware.
But that's the subconscious.
That's right. It's the one that your conscious lives in the submarine. Anyways,
submarine. What?
That was bad. Just never mind. I didn't say that.
Yellow.
Erase that. It's out there. It's digital. All right.
Reverse it.
Until next time, guys. Like I always say at the end of the after parties, like the late great Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. It's a good way to end this whole show.
Extraordinary. Did you say extraordinary knowledge requires extraordinary evidence? Is that what you said?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Extraordinary claims need some kind of evidence.